Amorim'S actual possession strategy makes his system how I think his system could get the best out of the likes of Xerxes, midfield double pivot in front as well as a front five ahead. However, the actual possession strategy that Amorim uses is a lot more well coordinated and effective than what Ten Hag was using. See, unlike Ten Hag's United where there was a lot of circulation from side to side without much penetration, Amorim's strategy is very intentional with playing through the centre. And you can see that here, Sebastian Coates has the ball. Now if this is under Ten Hag, the ball probably gets circulated across that back three a few times before eventually going back to the keeper and then just going long anyway. But with Amorim instilling this intention of playing through the centre into his players, Coates doesn't play the easy pass sideways, instead he splits the Chavez front two, with the pass going into Reuben, who very cleverly has taken up a position between the two centre forwards in order to open up the passing lane for Coates to feed the ball into it. And you can see how well trained the Sporting Lisbon players are in this type of situation, as rather than simply receiving the ball with his back to goal and then having to take a touch to turn, Reuben receives the ball side on, turns immediately, and now can look to play forward. And now you can see Amorim's possession strategy take place. Once the ball is moved in behind the front two, now Sporting want to work the ball in behind the midfield line, and this is achieved by having the front three, the two players in the half space as well as Gyökeres, the centre forward, drop off in order to receive the ball to feet. And this is where we've set patterns of play, maybe with the centre forward dropping off and one of the two players in the half space making a run in behind. A possession strategy like this can be incredibly effective. However, in this situation, Gyökeres doesn't check his shoulder. He could probably just turn out into the player in the half space, who's able to move out and make the interception. And we see this pattern of play quite a lot when Sporting at the ball in the third. You've got the back three, the midfield double pivot in front, with the wingers holding high and wide positions, and the two players in the half space sitting either side of the centre forward. And you can clearly see how this has been worked on in training. It's essentially a game of trying to penetrate that hexagon shape of the front two and the midfield line of the opposition, trying to work the ball into one of the midfield double pivot, and then get the ball out the other side into one of the two players in the half space or the centre forward, from where these players can try to link the play with their back to goal or look to take advantage of the space that is created when one of the opposition's defensive line pushes out to follow one of these players between the lines. Here once again, rather than just simply circulating the ball from side to side, the central centre-back Sebastian Coates is once again looking for that penetrative pass, splitting the Chavez front line, and once again Reuben is able to turn out with the ball immediately, receiving the ball first time on his back foot, and now you can see the opportunity for Sporting to link the play between the lines. He could play the pass into Gyökeres, who can link the play either side, or he could look to find Trincao in the half space, but what is also interesting is because of Trincao's position, sitting between the Chavez, the left sided midfielder, and the left sided central midfielder, now their left back is forced into a dilemma. Either he leaves Trincao completely free, opening up the pass for Reuben to just spread into him, from where Trincao under low pressure can turn it right forward, or the left back can do what he does, which is follow Trincao into the deep position, but this opens up space for the wing back on the touchline to make a run into, and if Sporting could have worked this move a bit better, they could have. So the main difference between Ten Hag and Amorim's possession setup is the strategy behind it. Amorim's strategy possession system. Here we see, and here we see exactly what I think Manchester United were missing: coordinated patterns of play and movements. But before I break that down, just a quick reminder, I will be doing my Telegram in-game match analysis into my Patreon. There's to unreleased videos and articles as well. Sporting have the ball on the right side, but the possession structure still remains the same. We've still got the back three with Coates as the deepest, basically playing as a sweep recovering centre-back. But if you look on the right side, you can see how Amorim's enables Sporting to create these triangles. Trincao has Amorim Chavez left back close to him, and this is going to be crucial to how Sporting open up space. To the right sided centre-back Neto, because the Sporting right wing back has dropped decisive midfield splitting passes, as Neto's a clear type of movement that Ten Hag's United were lacking. They were far too static, and there wasn't coordination between the runs and movements. If a player drops deep as a wing back did, that is going to drag a player out of the back line. But you need players who are going to be able to make third man runs, as Trincao did here, and find the back line. So it's not as simple as just giving the players a possession setup and expecting them to be able to break down the system themselves. You need to be able to work on these kinds of brilliance, but through the actual system and the patterns. For example, Benfica are going to engage Sporting Lisbon higher up the pitch than Chavez did. You can see Sporting Lisbon are set up as their 3-4-3 with a double pivot in front of the back three, But as Quartes receives the ball and Rafa Silva moves to pressurise him, look how Morita reads the play. He knows that Diomande is in space on Sporting's left side, and so he makes a movement between Rafa Silva and Kochu, opening up the passing lane for Quartes to split the Benfica front line. And even though João Neves does push out to try to stop Morita turning, Morita plays a bounce pass out to Diomande, who can now stride forward, and Rafa Silva is taken out of the game. But even here, as Diomande has possession and Neves is pushed out, you can see how the close proximity of the players in Amorim'S possession setup opens up the opportunity for these short passes. Diomande should really be looking to play the pass to Morita, from where he can either look to turn and find Edwards, who's sitting in behind João Mario between the lines, or bounce a pass into Pedro Goncalves, who can then look to play the pass in behind into Boqueres or Edwards. And so you can see it's all its work to Morita back out to Sebastian Quartes. This is also where we see the variety in Reuben backline, which keeps the opposition guessing and maybe stops them pushing up high in order to squeeze the space between the lines, because they know Amorim's side can look for a more direct route over the top if they allow too much Reuben Amorim being